Hi guys, welcome to our country house again. For us, summer is the best season at the country house. We always say that. We just love it here. There are so many flowers, the garden is producing a lot, and it's just so great to be outside enjoying it all. It's the most rewarding season when having a garden. I just picked first aronia berries, or sometimes they are called chokeberries, here from these smaller shrubs, and it's quite a nice harvest. We have more shrubs elsewhere, bigger ones. I covered them with the netting against birds because birds really like these ones. So yeah, I'm going to pick those ones later. But it looks like the overall harvest will be very nice this year. Yay! Aronia berries are not the tastiest berries. They are kinda astringent, hopefully that's the correct word. They make your mouth dry. So yeah, that's the taste of these ones. But they are super healthy because they are black. There are these compounds, phytochemicals, very strong antioxidants, and that's why they are amazing. We mostly put them in our breakfast oatmeal, and you can also make jams or wine of these ones. Wine of aronia berries is quite popular here. We haven't tried it, we are not on that level yet, making our own wine, but I would like to try sometime in the future. The idea is in my head, but I am still I'm not courageous enough yet, so we'll see in the future. Jams, yeah, we don't eat many jams because we don't like too much added sugar, but it would be quite easy to make jam out of these ones. I also picked a few remaining red currants. Here we have one big shrub. It's a late variety, otherwise currants were finished like a month ago or so. So it's great that there is still something. It's nice to have early and also later varieties. And we've been making drinks out of these ones, similar to what I was making out of sea buckthorn. You just put these berries in water and you blend them, then you can add a bit of honey, and voila, a refreshing drink is ready. You can also make the juice out of any other berries, I guess. We haven't tried other ones yet, but we will because this is great.
You might remember in spring I planted here some zinnias, and in addition I added some gladiolus bulbs or sword lilies, which we got some time ago as a gift. It was like a bonus to some order, and they never flowered before, but this time, for the first time this year, they are flowering and they are so pretty, so big, two of them. So maybe the other ones will still flower later or not, but it's the first time we have sword lilies flowering in our garden, so we are excited about that.
A few weeks ago we also mowed our grassy wildflower meadow. It should be done maybe 2 times a year. The first mowing after the ox-eye daisies are done flowering. So now it looks kinda sad, but the plants will grow again, and this way there are more opportunities for other wildflowers to establish themselves here. Recently, I discovered the appeal of peripan squashes. In the past, we didn't know what to do with them, but this year it's better. In the last weeks, I found out that they are very tasty. The peel is soft when you use them young. You can't let them be too old. So we pick them every day, sometimes very small, sometimes a bit bigger, but they are still young. And my lunch in the last days have always been this mix of veggies. I just cut the peripan squashes into smaller cubes. I add tomatoes. This time I also added an eggplant, and then I just cook it on a pan for maybe 10 minutes so the veggies are softer. Don't forget to season it with salt. I added powdered onions. You can add normal onions, and sometimes I add water because the veggies release a bit of water, but sometimes it's not enough. So I add a bit of water so it doesn't stick and burn on the pan. And then the result is this. It doesn't look very appealing as most of our meals. This is normal. We are not about the beauty with the meals, but it's very tasty, very easy lunch, almost no calories, and it's so tasty. There are seeds inside, but it's not a problem at all. The seeds are soft and you can eat them no problem, so you don't have to remove the seeds. You don't have to peel them or anything, because when they are young the peel is soft, so that's the main advantage. I found out that peripan squashes are also very tasty when eaten raw. These young ones, small ones, very cute. I will just cut this in smaller pieces and it's so juicy and sweet. The taste is really interesting, and yay, this is a great discovery. So you can eat young peripan squashes also raw. I would say the peripan squashes are even better than zucchinis. The taste is somehow sweeter and more intense. You can also eat zucchinis raw if you didn't know. So all the young fruits are amazing. Guys, I was picking tomatoes and it's quite a lot, I have to say. Oh my god. But we love tomatoes and we use them a lot. I'm going to make ketchup as every year and it's amazing. I love how colorful they are. Yeah. Can you see them? Orange ones and red ones and these ones. We have a lot of these ones, black/red. They are very pretty. So yay, the season is amazing.
I eat them raw every day as a snack.
I put them to almost every meal or to a lot of meals.
Our peppers are doing really well this year. The plants are quite big and they have a lot of fruits, a lot of
peppers,
paprikas as we call them in Czech.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, we have also quite a lot of them. Last year I didn't manage to grow them from seed. I think we only had 4 plants or something like that. They didn't want to germinate, but I made it better this year and it looks quite successful. And I also planted basil in between them. I remember my mom used to do this as well when I was a kid and we had a garden. I think it was to repel aphids. So I just put some basil in between, and it has such big leaves, much bigger leaves than when you grow them in a planter, which is what we used to do on our balcony in the city. So we can also harvest a lot of leaves. They are flowering a lot and they attract so many bees. As you can see, it's buzzing everywhere. I know that you can remove the flowers to have more leaves, I guess, but I don't do that because I like watching the bees flying everywhere around. And right next to the paprikas, we have a lot of kale, which again is something that I struggled to grow last year. They didn't want to germinate again. But this year we have a lot of them, and what we like about kale is that it keeps growing during winter. So we let them grow, we can harvest them gradually, but they should survive the frost, and then we have something green to eat basically all year long. And here we have eggplants. They started producing fruits quite recently. We had more plants last year, but this year I planted less of them because we didn't need as many. And they have quite a lot of fruits, so we will start using them in various meals. You can see them everywhere. And next to them, this I think is called endive. I tried planting it just for fun, just to try something new, but only when it looked like this I realized that that's not how you grow it, because the leaves are very, very bitter, and it's only edible, or it's only good when you grow them, I think, underground. You should like keep adding soil or something, and you should eat it when it's white, not green. So I don't think we are going to eat this. I will probably just throw it on the compost.
It looks green here and pretty on the garden beds, but
Yeah.
it's very, very bitter now.
Not even slugs want it.
Our zucchini pasta with mozzarella butter and garlic is ready. There is also basil, and this is our main meal. I mean, when there are a lot of zucchinis. Look, there is always more and more and more. They keep coming. A lot of zucchinis. They are everywhere. Every day when you go to the garden and see the plants, there is a new zucchini, a big one. So every day we have something made of zucchinis. This is very delicious and quite easy to make, so yay! Guys, look at this. This is just a normal day at the beginning of August in our garden. The garden is producing so much. What do we have here?
These are tomatoes. This is a zucchini. Cucumbers. Patty pan squash.
Yeah, here we have a full basket of zucchinis and patty pan squashes.
Here we have a lot of chokeberries that Peter has just finished harvesting. Blackberries.
Ta-da!
More tomatoes.
Yay!
Some peppers. Those are starting now.
Yes,
Yeah.
amazing.
That's just for our dinner today.
Yeah, we need to eat a lot of veggies and fruits.
We basically eat zucchini every day, at least one.
Yes, yes. My new favorite thing is a patty pan squash. So I try to really eat one or more per day. And also zucchinis and everything. Guys, it's crazy. And we love it. Amazing. So it can be a lot, but this is what having a garden is all about. Summer really is the best season here. So many colors, so many flavors and various smells. We absolutely love it. If you enjoyed our video, don't forget to give us a like and see you guys next time. Bye!